thing that I think that we can all agree on. Every American should be able to say the Pledge of Allegiance, and that should be able to bring us together.
Yes.
Our flag, our symbol of our national unity is something that no matter who you are, is something that is unitive.
And you got a good story behind that.
And my favorite part of the Pledge of Allegiance is the humility of the words "under God."
Under God.
Under God.
Mm-hmm. That's how every life should be lived.
Yeah.
Now, do you know how it got there, those words?
Knights of Columbus.
That's it.
I got it from the show notes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm cheating.
Ryan Delacroix read the show notes.
I cheated.
So the Knights of Columbus, one of the things that the Knights of Columbus did, and this is one of their pillars of the Fourth Order, was to really integrate Catholics into civil society and into America as patriotic, and understand that Catholics could be. They wanted society to understand that Catholics were just as patriotic and just as devoted to their country as anybody else.
Integration.
And so what they did is they did a lot of things to help politicians understand that Catholics were their constituents and that they were very patriotic, good, tax-paying, law-abiding citizens who would fight to the death to defend this country. So one of the things that they did as part of this program was to petition multiple politicians to get the words "under God" added to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mm-hmm. And they were a powerful, they are a powerful
they still are.
Group in the United States.
We are.
Right? No.
I'm a fourth-degree knight.
You are.
Are you a knight?
I got knighted.
I'm one of their online members, their new things.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Listen though. When they started, it was all about taking care of, families that lost the fathers of the families, right? And it grew. I mean, and the beautiful thing about that is like that's such a need, right? Like if I were to die, like having my wife being taken care of with all of our kids, beautiful, right? It developed into this massive thing, and as it's growing, it develops power, not in a sense of wielding it for their own use,
selfish incentives.
It's just like, hey, you look, we're here,
So in 1951, the KFC had their national meeting, and they, how they have their minute notes and everything. In their national meeting, they passed the resolution that at their meetings they would now say "under God." After the word "one nation." And that was an internal thing that they would be doing at their internal Knights of Columbus meetings. So a year later, all the Knights of Columbus were doing this when they said the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of their meetings.
Dude, that's
so
cool.
at the next year's meeting, they said, well, let's get this on a national level. This is great. So they sent letters to the president, vice president, and the speaker of the House, and they didn't get any response. So the next year at the meeting, you know what they did? They sent a letter to every single member of Congress saying, we would like to add the words "under God" to the Pledge of Allegiance. That year, 17 different legislators in the House of Representatives put a bill forth to be passed to add the words "under God" to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Praise God. Wow.
And in 1954, one of the bills out of the 17 was passed by a joint resolution of Congress, and Eisenhower signed it on Flag Day, June 14th, 1950 said. And in that letter, he said, "From this day forward, the millions of our school children will proclaim in every city and town, every village and every rural schoolhouse, the dedication of our nation and our people to the Almighty."
Oh my gosh. I just want to hug somebody.
In this way, we shall
Maybe a
constantly strengthen
bobblehead.
those spiritual weapons, which forever will be our country's most powerful resource in peace or in war.
That's awesome.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Do you know, I like we were talking about before, very, very proud to be an Italian, very proud to be Irish, very, very, very proud to be an American. And on top of that now, I'm proud to be a Knight of Columbus.
Yeah.
That's just so wonderful to be a part of that history, man.
Yeah, the Knights of Columbus are absolutely
God
amazing.
bless them. They do so much good, honestly. Even on the localized level in the parish, I've leaned on the Knights of Columbus from the time I was a seminarian all the way into the priesthood. Because it's just a reliable community that have been so supportive in anything you want to do. They're right there to be proactive and involved.
Now, I don't know if you guys went to Catholic school. One of the things that you'd always say, your morning prayers and the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. And I don't know if you've ever done this, but you've been to a baseball game and, they start playing the national anthem or anything. And I'm sure of our listeners have done this. You start saying the Pledge of Allegiance at the end, you say amen. Because you're just so trained to do that. You ever do that?
I have done that. Yeah. I've done that. And that's probably because of my liturgical experience of just celebrating Mass and liturgy hours every day.
One nation under God.
And I have. Yeah. You know, I have to say this. When I was a youth director in Flagler Beach, Florida, I was involved in the Knights of Columbus. I became a 4th degree in honor of one of my substitute teachers who used to send me to the principal all the time because I was getting in trouble. And we became the closest of friends when I went through my conversion and I started getting involved. And I became a knight in honor of him, Carlo Tempesta. God rest his soul. He's since passed away. And when he passed away, it was like 2 months later, I was at a dinner dance that the Knights of Columbus put on. And me and his wife, Mary, we won the dance contest that night. I danced with her all night. It was beautiful, dude. And but we always finished every single dinner dance at the Knights of Columbus in the hall with the Star Spangled Banner, and we all sang it together. And that's the thing that kills me.
Beautiful.
You know, it kills me because in that moment where we were all crying and tearing up from a beautiful experience as a parish, I had to pull out a couple of hankies.
Oh wow,
it's shocking.
He pulled out his American flag.
My American flag. But you know, the thing that strikes me when we all sing the national anthem together is that we are one nation under God. But so often in modern expressions and song of the national anthem, it's like one artist who comes out and plays. Yeah. And it's just so singular.
No.
I want to be like other countries that sing proudly, collectively together, you know, and we need to sing out our national heritage.
Dude, that's a great idea, right? You go into a stadium and you're like, nobody's singing it.
Nobody's singing. We're all singing it. Yeah. We are all singing this.
We're in this together,
that's
people.
That's what we need to get back to, man.
Yeah. America,
baby. USA.
Yeah, I love this country. And I still have hope for this country.
I do too.
I know there's divisions. I know there's people that I disagree with.
Yeah.
But I do fundamentally believe that they have the right to hold those positions that I disagree with.
Absolutely. I will love them. I will love them.
But let's talk about it, dude.
Let's figure this out.
I mean, even through the talk, right? Talk is the biggest hurdle. But through that disagreement, even
let's have a meal. Pain, let's have a beer. Man. I love you, brother.
We are in an awesome country.
We are, and let's never forget, we are one nation under God.
Amen.
And we are one nation under one God.
We should be indivisible.
Yes,
we should. Indivisible.
I think we should say the Pledge of Allegiance, honestly.
No, but for all you guys out there partying today and enjoying your hot dogs and your hamburgers and your beer and whatever you do, like, we hope this podcast has brought something to your ears where you can appreciate our country more, because it's brought a lot to me.
Yeah, and we did this from the Catholic perspective, but there's been so many people that have built this nation. So many people have lost their lives. So many people have dedicated their lives. So many silent heroes. So many valiant heroes. And so many regular people who just day to day went to work and became the fabric of this nation. That you really got to take some time today to reflect on that and all of the people that came to make this nation great and the place where we live. Yeah.
It's amazing, man.
So we want to just say, be safe out there for the 4th of July. Remember why we're celebrating it, and let's have a vision for the future together. And how about we finish with the Pledge of Allegiance?
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Happy 4th of July, everyone.
Peace.
Thank you, troops. Thank you, veterans.
Yes.